A drone attack has been launched on the city of Salsk in Russia's Rostov region, local Telegram channels reported. Although the Ukrainian kamikaze drones were shot down by Russian air defense systems, the debris of the drones fell on the territory of the locomotive depot, causing destruction. No casualties have been reported yet. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, 4 Ukrainian drones were shot down over Rostov, Bryansk and Oryol regions of Russia.
Сейчас я снял это!
Летит нахуй. Охуеть. Летит нахуй. Охуеть.
Russians are facing a record rise in gasoline prices in the last 13 years. The Moscow Times writes about this. The cause was reportedly drone attacks on oil refineries, which led to a reduction in fuel production by more than 10% in the first half of 2024. As of December 23, gasoline has increased in price by 11% and costs an average of 60.57 rubles or 60 cents per liter. Moreover, in remote regions, such as the Far East, prices exceed the average by a quarter. The publication notes that the price increase was the largest since 2011, when the cost of gasoline jumped by 14.9%. For the first time in 6 years, gasoline prices are growing faster than overall inflation, which, according to estimates from the Russian Ministry of Economic Development, will be 9.7%. This could lead to further increases in the cost of goods, since the cost of fuel is included in the cost of delivery. To contain prices, the Russian government imposed a ban on gasoline exports after the attacks on the refineries. By the end of May, the decline in fuel production reached 20% compared to December 2023. At the same time, production statistics were classified under the pretext of geopolitics. In 2025, analysts predict a further increase in gasoline prices in the Russian Federation within 10 to 15%, and in an unfavorable scenario, up to 20%. The reasons will be an increase in transportation tariffs, an increase in excise taxes and the impact of the ruble devaluation. The changes could bring an additional 170 billion rubles or $1.7 billion to the Russian budget, but will become a burden for consumers. Let us recall that recently, Ukrainian drones attacked the Novoshakhtinsky oil refinery in the Rostov region of the Russian Federation on December 19. As a result of the raid, at least one fuel tank burned down.
Пиздец, короче. Нас разъебало. Идем с мечом на эвакуацию. 10 дней просидели в полной жопе. Да, брат?
Хорошо повоевали.
Охуенно.
Тихо. Птички летают, добивают раненых. Убивать их.
Вот так вот, если дойдем, будет заебись. Дай бог.
Бомбки впереди.
Все разъебано, все нахуй. Леса нету. Деревни нету. Нихуя нету. И сил тоже нету. Всю роту 70 человек разъебали. Остались единички. Ой, сука, господи. Пиздец, короче. Нас разъебало. Идем с мечом на эвакуацию. 10 дней просидели в полной жопе. Да, брат?
Хорошо повоевали.
Охуенно.
Птички летают, добивают раненых. Убивать
Так
их
что вот
надо.
так вот, если дойдем, будет
Дай бог.
заебись. Дай бог.
Бомбки перейдите.
Все разъебано, все нахуй. Леса нету. Деревни нету. Нихуя нету. И сил тоже нету. Всю роту 70 человек разъебали. Остались единички. Ой, сука, господи.
Russian leader Vladimir Putin has rejected a proposal being developed by US President-elect Donald Trump's team for peace in Ukraine. This is stated in a report by the Institute for the Study of War ISW, which notes that Putin directly rejected the Trump team's proposal to postpone Ukraine's membership in NATO for at least 10 years as a condition for ending the war. On December the 26th, the dictator said it did not matter whether Ukraine joined NATO today, tomorrow, or in 10 years, commenting on the idea of the US President-elect's team. Putin's December 26th statement is part of a series of comments he has made recently, reiterating his refusal to consider compromises on his demands for late 2021 and early 2022. Those demands include forcing Ukraine to become a permanently neutral state that will never join NATO, imposing strict limits on the size of the Ukrainian army, and removing the Ukrainian government, the analysts noted. Earlier, Vladimir Putin said he was ready to meet with Donald Trump at any time. He also said he was ready for negotiations and compromises with Ukraine. And Donald Trump said that Putin is waiting to meet him as soon as possible. So we have to wait for this. We have to end this war. At the same time, former US ambassador to Russia, Michael McFaul, told how Trump can encourage Zelensky and Putin to hold negotiations. Putin will only engage in serious negotiations when Russian armed forces can no longer seize more Ukrainian territory, or even better, although less likely, when Russian soldiers start losing ground, the politician explained. The newly elected US President Donald Trump put forward a demand to European countries. He wants them to increase spending on military aid to Ukraine. This is stated in the article by the Washington Post. It is noted that in this way, Trump wants to reduce Washington's spending on aid to Ukraine in the military sphere. Trump is already pressuring European countries to increase aid to Ukraine. At the same time, he is signaling that security assistance from the United States, as Ukraine's largest supporter, will decrease. The publication reads. The publication also writes that Trump has not yet revealed the details of his plan on how exactly he wants to force Russian dictator Vladimir Putin to end the war at the negotiating table.